Hello, welcome to Take Charge of Your Health. I'm Dr. Melissa Balizan, your host, and today we're talking about simple steps you can do to take control of your physical and mental health. And today I have with me my friend Kathi Collins, who is a wellness expert. Welcome, Kathi.
Thank you so much, Dr. Melissa. I really do appreciate it.
Yes, and today we are going to talk with Kathi. We're going to talk about some supplements today. So let's talk about, supplements in general. We want to make sure that we're getting good quality supplements, and that's one thing that I always promote as a pharmacist, and as a wellness expert, you do the same, because we don't want to we want to make sure what we're putting into our bodies is appropriate. And so
exactly.
What are some supplements that might be, important for us to add into our daily regimen? To just give us a handful. I know it's a lot, so give us 2 or 3.
There are a lot, but there's 3 main ones that I like to focus on and really explain why they're important. The first one is fiber. The second one is omega-3s, and the third one is probiotics. So those really are kind of my top 3. And just by adding those into your daily regimen, they can make a really big difference and a big impact on how you feel and how how your body is able to maintain health.
I love it. And let's talk a little bit about, okay, so we've probably all heard of fiber. Most of us have. So what does fiber, just give us a brief overview. What does fiber do for our body? And then would you recommend a fiber supplement, or how do we get that fiber into our diet?
So fiber is, I think, it's one of those supplements that people don't really understand, because I think they lump it into the same bucket as a laxative. And that's a totally different function. Basically what fiber does is it takes, as the fiber moves through your body, it's sweeping out all of the toxins and the waste, anything that the body doesn't need, it's getting rid of. And it's just helping the body move that through the system so it's not reabsorbed by your body. And, you don't want all those toxins and that waste being reabsorbed by your body. That's when trouble starts to happen. So if we can get things moving and moving out of the body in a way that, is a natural fashion, then it just makes the body work better. It makes us feel better. And yes, to your question of, is a supplement better than food? Well, the daily requirement of fiber for women is 21 to 25 grams. And that's a lot of fiber. Yeah. So that would mean, if you, want to think of it this way, it would be 18 cups of spinach every day. And I know people love spinach. Spinach is a great vegetable, but that's a lot of spinach to eat every day. So that's where a supplement can make getting that recommended daily amount of fiber in your system just easier. It's just an easier way to add the fiber, and every single person needs fiber. Young kids, teenagers, adults, and especially aging adults. So adding a fiber supplement into your daily regimen can really just help, that way you don't have to worry about eating 18 cups of spinach a day.
Yeah, that's a lot of spinach. I mean, we're not all Popeye, but just remember, he'd knock down a cup of spinach
it's so
every
true.
2 seconds, So,
and people just don't realize how much fiber they need. And about 95% of Americans are only getting about half of the amount of fiber that we need. So it's just more of an education issue, I believe.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what this summit is about. It's about educating and being able to, find something that you can actually work into your lifestyle that will help you. And adding an extra 18 cups of spinach, I don't think is the thing that we want at this point.
It's just not real time effective.
No, it's not. I mean,
we have better things to do than just eat spinach.
I think we would be eating all day long, every second, just to get 18 cups of spinach in. It's a lot of chewing. And even if you blend
it's a lot of chewing. Yeah, I agree.
So let's talk about, you also talked about omegas, and specifically omega-3. And let's talk about, I mean, most people have probably heard that omega-3 or fish oils are good for
Mhm.
a whole host of things. I mean, they're heart protective, they're skin protective, they do a
Mhm.
lot of different things. So tell me a little bit about the benefits of omega-3 and why would we want to put that supplement into our body?
So omega-3s is one of those really unique supplements that our body is not able to manufacture omega-3s. So omega-3s is an essential fatty acid. So, and when it's essential, it means our body needs it, but we can't make it. So we have to supplement. And it's again one of those that we can supplement with food or with a supplement. But again, it's also the same issue where you would have to eat a lot of fish, a lot, and that's every day or every other day. And people just aren't getting the amounts of omega-3s that they're needing. And omega-3 really helps with reducing inflammation. It also helps with cognitive development. So small children, children that are in school, really working on that brain development, it's very important for them to have that omega-3s. And then as aging adults kind of move into those years where the memory starts to fade a little bit, the omega-3s can really help with, just kind of repairing and helping extend that memory through their aging years.
And I love that, and that is so true. So for those watching, how do we know how to get a good omega supplement? Because what if it's fishy? Am I going to taste like fish? What's am I going to smell like
And
fish?
I think that's a common complaint. And I think that's one thing that people really worry about is that they will have this fishy aftertaste, or, it's going to cause them to smell like fish, or something's going to smell like fish. And if you're getting a good quality omega-3, you don't have those side effects. So that's where you just kind of have to do your research and make sure it's really important on how it's sourced, and cold water sourcing is the best. And then if it has both DHA and EPA in it, that's the combination that's really most beneficial for humans. So those are really the things to focus on.
I love that, and that's very key. And if you've been watching, you've heard me say this, or if you've seen anything, and I'm sure that you hear Kathi say this as well. Good quality supplements and making sure they're sourced appropriately. That is very key. And you need to probably talk to one of us and figure out, okay, what is the best one? Because more often than not, you're not going to be able to just purchase that off the shelf and get a good quality supplement that's impurity free and being able to have what it has in it. So you've got to really do your research and find those companies that are actually taking the time to pay for that quality testing and of what's in it and what's not in it. And that's the thing with supplements not being regulated, it's challenging. And so what's one thing that you tell each of your clients what to look for when they look for a supplement?
So I really tell them to, just look and see if the company is willing to explain all of the sourcing, all of the research, all of the testing that goes into the supplement, and then what the ingredients are. Because since they're not regulated, they don't really have to list all of the ingredients. So you want to make sure that all of the ingredients are listed. And if they're not on the bottle, you can call the company and they should be able to tell you what's in them. And if for some reason they don't want to divulge that, that should be a red flag. Most companies with a reputable reputation will be more than happy to give you that information, because it's so important that you know what you're putting into your body.
I love that. And that's exactly true. Pick up the phone, call them. And if they're not willing to divulge, do not do business.
Yeah. Move on to the next, because it's just not worth. Yeah.
Yes, because transparency, we want to see exactly, what it is and be truthful. And that's when they're hiding behind something, we definitely don't want that. So thank you for that, Kathi. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about We talked about fiber, and so let's talk about the upper portion of that. Let's talk about our gut, and let's talk
Mm-hmm.
about why should we pay attention to our gut health and how it affects maybe the rest of our system.
It affects a lot. So 70% of our immune system lives in our gut. So it's often referred to as our second brain because there's so much going on in there and it controls so much of our health. So it's a really important thing. And people don't realize that, it is so important, and the different things that we do just during the course of our day that can disrupt what's happening in our gut. So, anytime that we have a soda, anytime that we have fast food, anytime that we take a round of antibiotics, it's disrupting the natural bacteria flora that's happening in our gut. And you need to have a good balance in your gut for everything to work right, and for your immune system to stay strong, your energy to stay high, and for you to be able to sleep. And if you're having problems with those things, if you can't sleep, if you have excess stress, that means that there's some disruption happening in your gut. And really the best way to kind of remedy that and to naturalize all of that bacteria is by adding a probiotic.
And I love that. And that's actually true. We want to get our gut flora, to optimal level, and a probiotic, especially if we've been on an antibiotic, which anti is taking away that good bacteria.
Right.
It's killing that bug, which in essence we need to, but then the probiotic we need to be putting back in there. So let's talk about how to find a good probiotic. How do we know that we're just not getting one that's going to be just help us with traveler's diarrhea? How do we know which one to choose? Because there's 1,000 of them to choose from.
There are, and this is where, some research can definitely come into play. But it's really interesting to me as I walk through the grocery stores, or, the natural grocery stores that are out there, and how many are refrigerated. And it's really interesting because that refrigeration means that they're delicate. And if they're not refrigerated, that bacteria will die. Well, once that bacteria hits your stomach acid, it's going to die, because it won't be able to live and do what it needs to do in your gut if it can't get past your stomach acid. So anything that's refrigerated isn't beneficial to your gut. It's just taking a supplement, and it's really not doing you any good. So the best kind of probiotic is to do one that's not refrigerated, that doesn't need to be refrigerated, and can really hold up to that stomach acid as it moves through your system, because you really have to get it into your intestine where all of that gut flora is. And it's best, if it can live through that stomach acid, which it has to be really tough to do that, because stomach acid is really, really kind of harsh for a reason. But so 10 billion colonies is really the best. And then something that's not refrigerated. Those are my two things I always recommend.
Excellent choices. Thank you, Kathi. Pardon me. And I know that you have a fabulous offer for us, but before we get into that, is there anything else that you'd like to elaborate about supplements? Any other tips you'd like to give us? Another simple step we can walk away with today?
So one of my most important things that I always make sure to tell my clients is, when they're adding a probiotic into their daily regimen, to take the probiotic at night, because it's the best time to take it. It will then help you sleep better. And then it kind of takes what you put into your body all day long and can really work through and use it the best way that it can while you're sleeping. So, it's kind of a win-win. It helps you sleep, and then it helps just kind of process things so you can wake up refreshed and feeling more energetic in the morning. So that's one of my good recommendations.
I love it. And that's an excellent recommendation, Kathi. And our bodies are designed to rejuvenate when we sleep. And so when we're taking that probiotic at night, and it's just aiding and helping us even rejuvenate better, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. It's so true. So true.
Yeah. So tell me about this fabulous offer you have for those who are actually watching today. You have a great offer for us. So tell us a little bit about what this wellness session involves and what you're gifting to us.
Okay. So the wellness session basically means that we would sit down either on Zoom or in person and just really talk through. And maybe you're having some specific health issues that you might need some help with, or just recommendations on supplement brands, so, different types of supplements, if you should have a certain type of fiber, or whatever questions you have. It's really your chance to kind of pick my brain for 45 minutes. So, and that is at no cost. And then I also offer 1 year membership to a shopping club that allows you to get supplements at a wholesale price. And they're high quality supplements. The research and testing has been done on these supplements, so they are very high quality, and it allows you to get those at a very reasonable price, which is wholesale.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Mhm.
That's an amazing gift. That's so generous. So very generous, Kathi. And all of these things that Kathi and I have talked about today, these supplements, these are some simple things that you can do. Pick one. You don't have to start them all at once because we know it's challenging to add in
Mhm.
different things to your already busy lifestyle.
Mhm.
So pick one thing and incorporate it into your lifestyle. And if you want to reach out to Kathi, there'll be a link, Take Charge of Your Health /Kathi, above or below, not sure which of this video. And then that'll link you to that wellness session with her so you can speak with her. And so I want to thank you so much for being with me today, Kathi. I really appreciate your knowledge and your time.
Thank you so much, Dr. Melissa. I really do appreciate you as well. And I'm so looking forward to this summit. It's going to be so educational and really well suited for this time in our lives.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And thank you everybody for watching Take Charge of Your Health. Simple steps you can do today to take control of your physical and mental health. Have a great day. Thank you.